Hi, everyone. Welcome to our final newsletter of this school year as we start to look ahead towards the summer. It's been quite a crazy ride, especially these last few months. I know a lot of us didn't quite intend for things to be planned out the way that they ended up, but it's been a fun ride, I think, in some ways, and it's been a challenge in others. So I just want to just say that from our perspective in the technology department, we've been very impressed with all the diligence we've seen in everybody, the creativity that we've seen, just the dedication to your craft, as you've really had to learn some new things, that proverbial drinking from a fire hose concept with these technology resources that you might have had some experience with, but you hadn't had to use 100% of the time, like we were somewhat forced into this season. So we hope you can take that deep breath, look back on these past couple months that we've done distance learning, and just realize all the resources and skills that you've added to your professional development, things that you can carry with you as you go forward this summer and into next school year, no matter what things happen. And so, yeah, kudos for what it's worth coming from us here. It's a job well done, and we appreciate the dedication that we've seen from everybody as we've been working on this stuff together. Um, with that being said, as we look into the summer, one of the things that we normally do is we offer what we call Digital Tuesdays as summer PD, where we designate a portion of our day on Tuesdays where we'd be on site to allow folks to sign up, come in, work on any projects that you want to develop your skill set. And we are going to do a similar thing this year as well, where instead of it being on site, we're going to offer our digital workshops remotely. And so, coming very shortly, we're going to open up our appointment website on the iSchool page to allow you to book for our digital sessions this summer. And if you are unfamiliar with what we do over the summer, it's a very open-ended project session where we really focus on the resources that we put together on our iSchool website, where we talk about our training philosophy of essential technology, integrated technology, and advancing technology. And I know, as I mentioned, a lot of us had to drink from that fire hose of integrated technology where we might not have felt comfortable with the essential stuff that is with us every day, but we were forced into this integration with students right away. And these summer sessions can be a great time to kind of take that deep breath, kind of process a little bit and be like, okay, what went well these past couple months? What do I definitely need to work on? What did I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants for? And I need a little bit more guided instruction on. That's what these summer sessions are all about. And so we're going to have a sign up online. You just book a time, and you're going to get a unique invitation to a Google Classroom we'll set up. And it'll be this collaborative environment where myself and Corey will work with whoever signs up to just develop your skill set. We'll help you come alongside. You pick your project, you pick what you want to work on, whether it's getting better with Google Meets, whether it's diving deeper into Classroom, creating forms for the first time, maybe some online quizzes, maybe a Google site, getting into Chrome extensions, figuring out how to handle remote sessions a little bit more smoothly, maybe even just some file management. Completely up to you what you want to work on. We're going to create a Google Classroom virtual environment that we'll have regular check-ins for. We'll give you some projects along the way that align with your goals. And it's completely free form in that you decide what you want to cover. You decide the pace at which you want to go at. And at the end, if you need them, we can provide some professional development hours as well. So just look very soon for that link. It'll be off of our iSchool appointment page. You just hit book, you'll register for the class, and then we'll send you a Google Classroom code from there. So we definitely hope to see you this summer as we do those remote PD sessions. If you'd rather do something a little bit more individualized and one-on-one trainings, we will continue to do our iSchool remote sessions as we have these last few months. So you can book those individually on Tuesdays through Thursdays. The next thing I want to talk about is just a couple highlights, some exploration things that you can do on your own or even as part of a session later on. We've highlighted over the course of this past year a little bit and are highlighted in our newsletter as well, but just serve as a couple good reminders for things that are available to us and things that we can explore. And so the first bit of it is with Google extensions. So as is normal for us, we encourage that you use Google Chrome, number one. So no matter what device you have the ability to use Chrome, and that is our recommended browser. You also want to make sure you're signed into Chrome. So if you look in the top right, you can see my mugshot there. And so it says I'm signed in with my Haverhill account. If you haven't set a picture to it, it would just have a couple letters that represent your name. And you can click on that there and make sure you are signed in and make sure sync is on. Because what that does is it pre-signs you into all of the Google activities that you would do, but it also makes sure that all of your bookmarks travel with you wherever you go, and then all of your extensions travel with you no matter what Chrome browser you are signed into. And what an extension is, it's an add-on to your browsing experience, like a plugin or an extra feature that you might have. And so I just want to highlight a couple that we've talked about before and that are listed in the newsletter and just show you quick examples of how you can use them. So the first one is actually with something we push out to everybody. So everybody has this one, and it's called the Share to Classroom. And it has a couple quick, easy examples of tools that you can use right away. First and foremost, you can just click on it, and that gives you a quick way to just dive into one of your Google Classrooms. So if it's easier to just come in here and open up your classroom rather than going to the classroom webpage and picking it, that's a nice little shortcut for you there. The other thing that you can do is that if you find a resource that you want to share to your Google Classroom, so for example, I have this video, a guy put together a list of a bunch of different extensions that he thinks are great for teachers. And let's say I want to share this quickly to Classroom. I can certainly just copy this link, go over to my Classroom, come to share something here, add it as a link and post it, right? Go through all those steps manually. But with this extension that I have here, I can actually, on this page, just click this link. And what I can say here is that I want to make an announcement for this link. And so it does all of that work that I described for me. It gets an announcement ready. I'm in the class. I can describe what I want. It links the materials for me, and I can just post it right away so that I don't need to go through those manual steps. And that's a great way to use extensions, or a great example rather of what an extension does is it gives you a shortcut to do some common things that you might have desired to do or that you could do a little bit longer, but it gives you a shorter way to do it, or it provides an extra tool that you might not have had the ability to use before. So another great example is this extension called Dualless. In a previous newsletter, we talked about the idea of how if I go to a Google Meet, that there's a way if I separate my screen into two different windows, I can have one window that is my Meet and then another that is my presentation material. So I can see the class and present material at the same time. And that comes in the form of just dragging this tab out, and then I can resize it and then resize this. And so it's a little bit of a muscle game here where I have to kind of manage these couple different windows and work with it that way. But what this Dualless extension does is it takes this concept of having two different windows, and I can click on this and I can tell it how should I split those windows. I can split them right in half. So I got a nice 50-50 split. I can split it in the thirds instead. Toggle whatever you want. And so I don't need to do that extra work of manually resizing these two windows. I just have these two windows, and then I can use this quick extension here just to automatically resize them and make a nice little grid for that. Another example of a Google extension is something as creative and personalized as a Bitmoji. I know a lot of us have created those and used those. They're a great way to interact a little bit more with students. But if you've used that in the past and created one of those Bitmojis, there is an extension for Bitmoji. And if you add that to your Chrome, you can just click on here, and then you can just search like you would almost on your phone, and you can just drag it right into any place you would insert an image, and it throws that right in your documents, and you can resize and use that how you see fit. And so whatever works best for you, nice little drag and drop interactive option that you can throw in there as well. And so just in summary, extensions are a great tool to add functionality to your Chrome session, whether it's a new app that you haven't used before, whether it is just a shortcut tool that gives you some extra options. Definitely check that out. There are a lot of different ideas and examples out on Google there as well. So feel free to Google a little bit and search. You'll find some that'll fit your personal preference really nicely, whether it's a digital whiteboard or a screenshot tool, quick little video recording options. And there's some GIF makers or GIF makers, if you pronounce it that way. A lot of great tools out there. So definitely do some exploration and see how you can use those going forward. All right, and that's it. That's all I wanted to share for this wrap up of our school year for this month. Definitely reach out via support ticket or training session if you have any questions. We work year round, so we are around throughout the summer and throughout this whole process as we continue to figure out what things are going to be valuable going forward into next year. If you want a little bit more professional help along the way, definitely book our summer digital workshops that are available off of our iSchool website, and we'll be sure to help you along the path that way. So until next time, enjoy your summer, enjoy just the decompression of this year and these last couple months. Just encourage you to think of all the things you did gain from skills and practices that you can carry with you into the fall. And then definitely reach out if you need anything else. Till next time.